Okay, so you've got some people that you want to share these oils with, or you have someone that is curious about what is doTERRA, what are these about, or you know that your friend down the road has had trouble sleeping, or the child is exposed to some respiratory threats and generally ends up really unwell during winter time, and you want to be able to support them. So this is where sampling comes into effect. And I really want to be clear with you about the most effective way to give samples. First of all, I want you to think about, if you've already started sampling, I want you to think about how effective it currently is. How many times once you've sampled someone have you enrolled them? Once you've given someone a sample, how many times have they enrolled following that conversation? How many people have you been able to convert from your samples to an enrolment? And if it's none, or if it's not many, then I want you to follow this very, very clearly, very, very well, because 100% of the time that I sample, it converts. Now, I've been learning over the last few years about what is most effective. And what I find now is that I only sample people when I am face to face or able to have a serious conversation with them. I do not sample people by simply them requesting a sample via email, via text message, or via any social media means. If they would like a sample from me, then they need to have a conversation with me. I needed to be able to address and listen to their concerns and what areas they want support in. Preferably, I like to see them. I like to sit down with them. I like to share the oils with them and allow them to smell them while I'm present. I will then give them a sample when they've told me what areas that they would like support in. And also, as if they've decided to enrol right then on the spot, which is more than likely, then I will give them a sample of a few particular oils to take home while they wait for their kit to arrive. So I'm going to show you a very simple way. Once you've spoken to someone, once you've had a phone conversation with someone and you're clear about what their concerns are, then I'm going to show a way to actually send samples. So if you've had a phone conversation, they've told you what their needs are, you've had that, developing that relationship, because you don't want to be just sending out samples to people that you don't know, just coldly, willy-nilly. What we need to do is develop relationships with our team members. And by doing that, we can do that by actually listening. We listen to their concerns, we listen to their needs, and we send out support that is going to be appropriate. If we're sending out and giving samples to people here and there, people are just going to be kind and they'll say, yeah, I'll have a sample. But you're actually not developing a relationship. You're actually just giving them something and you're feeling good about yourself because you're thinking they've taken a sample from me. But more often than not, that's not going to reciprocate. That's not going to replicate into an enrolment. So what you need to be doing is following a very strict plan of sampling. So what I want you to think about in the beginning is only giving 2 samples. Choose 2 samples and using 6 to 8 drops maximum in each sample vial. So you can get these quarter drams, which are perfect size, and you can order them from Aroma Tools, Australia and Aroma Tools, and they are absolutely perfect size for sampling so that there's no wastage. They are more than enough for 6 to 8 drops in there. And for those that aren't going to be ingested, I recommend diluting it with some fractionated coconut oil as well. So then it goes a little bit further, and those warmer oils you can put in one little vial. So choose two samples. Ask them, when you've addressed their concerns, ask them what health challenges, what priorities in their health are they wanting to address first. So maybe it would be sleep and stress. So what I then want you to think about is, okay, there are so many oils that support stress and support sleep. But what I want you to think about is what oils are in the pre-made enrollment kits that you can send as samples, so that then they look at those oils and they see that they're in those kits, and that's what they start with because that is best value for them. So when we think about the Home Essentials kit, for example, when we're thinking about things like frankincense, we're thinking about lavender, we're thinking about uplifting type oils for stress, so your lemon and your mints. So think about what things you could be sending them. So in that instance, I'd definitely be sending them some lavender, and I'd definitely be sending them some frankincense. And I would be putting in the 6 to 8 drops in each of the sample vials. Then what you need to do is grab your stickers. Now you can buy these as extras from your online office. They're just $1 and they're under the stickers. And you just use them to pop on the top of your sample vial so you know what ones they are. Now what I want you to do is, when you're actually posting these or sending these to your new member or your potential member, is I want you to put heart into it. I don't want you to just send oils and just post them on the way and then follow up with them. I want you to provide them with information how to use these oils correctly, safely, and then work out a time 2 days later that you are going to follow up with them. So when you're sending them or when you're giving them, you need to provide how to use them. But I don't want you just to be writing dot points, okay? I want you to be able to clearly express, one, how you use them, how you found them effective, and also how they're going to be able to find them effective too. So by doing that, what I want you to do is handwrite this out. So it takes a little bit of your time, but it's completely worth it. And I want you to tailor it to that person because you're developing a relationship with this person. So what I want you to do is grab your little notepad, notebook, and I want you to write frankincense. And under frankincense, I would be writing, frankincense is the king of all oils. This amazing aroma will allow your body to feel calm and centered and balanced. How I love to take frankincense is placing 1 to 2 drops underneath my tongue, placing a drop in my hand, rubbing it together and deeply inhaling, and then massaging it over the back of my neck. So you could explain how you use it. You want to have some heart when you're explaining it. You don't just write down some dot points saying 2 drops under tongue, place in hand, rub on back of neck. You want to develop this beautiful relationship between you and the oils and your new member. You want them to feel valued and special, and you want them to feel that you're being genuine and you want to support them, that you're coming from a place of service, not coming from a place of strategy. So when you're writing things down about lavender, what could you say? Have a little think about what could you say about lavender. I love the beautiful floral aroma of lavender. The way that it supports skin irritations for my children has been incredible. We could just apply it straight on without dilution, or you can use a little bit of carrier oil and apply it to the skin. In this case, I've already pre-diluted it for you so that you can just pop it straight onto the skin as needed. This also makes an amazing support for emotions and sleep. So what you could do is actually pop a few drops into the hand, rub it together and deeply inhale, and then rub on the back of your neck and the soles of your feet. This will help you drift off to the most amazing sleep. If you wanted, you could also place a few drops onto your pillow so that you can smell that aroma as you sleep during the night. So lavender is just this beautiful, warm, comforting hug that will allow you to drift off to sleep with ease at night time. So I want you to write a little story. I want you to be able to visualize them using this product and experiencing it for the first time. Because you are gifting them their first experience with oils. So they want to remember that. They're always going to remember their first experience. So put your heart and your soul and your love and your genuine act of service into writing your little note, making sure that you're addressing it the first time as, "Hey, Lauren, thank you for inquiring about using these essential oils. I know that they're going to support your family just as they are supporting mine, and I'm really grateful that I'm able to support you and your family in this way. Thank you for this opportunity." And then you start listing the oils. Can you see how instead of just sending something out coldly and not creating a relationship can be completely different to having someone feel like, wow, they really care about me and these work for their family and they really want to be able to support my family too. So what I want you to get into the mindset of is to really come from a place of service and not to be thinking about selling oils. We're here to provide this service to others. What I want you to also send with these samples, we've got these amazing 3 pieces of paper that we get in our Empower kit. And what I want you to do with the Essential Oils for the Healthy Home sheet is highlight the most important information. So what you want to highlight on the first form is, what are essential oils? These are the things that you want to jump out at people for them to quickly glance at and take on that information. So pure extracts from plants that are 50 to 70 times more potent than herbs. You want them to know that these are natural, that they're safe, but they're powerful as well. You want them to know that there are no side effects so that they can be safely used for themselves and every member of their family when used effectively. You want them to know that doTERRA's essential oils are the highest quality essential oils in the world. They're the purest and the most rigorously tested. So you want to highlight that section there. You want them to know that these are certified pure therapeutic grade and that they're affordable. They are cost effective for the family. I then highlight the ways that they can use doTERRA's oils. So I want them to read that you can use them internally, topically, and aromatically. So if they're after a sample of oil that they want to use in their cooking, for example, some lemon or some peppermint, you wouldn't put your coconut oil in that sample bottle. So just have a think about what they're asking you for and what you're actually going to put into that sample. On the back of the form, I want you to highlight the whole section so that draws them right into that. I also want you to highlight each of the top 10 oils. These have dot points about every oil. So they can just simply have a look at that and think, oh, lavender, okay, beautiful. It supports restful sleep and breathing and it's soothing of emotions. This is what Erin has written in her little note to me and ways that I can use that to support those areas. And frankincense. Frankincense is fantastic for nourishing the blood and the brain, and it's great for aches and pains and supporting immunity, and we can take that internally. That's it. That's what Erin said as well in her little note to me. So you're just reflecting them back to what you did. Then what I want you to do on the inside of our wholesale form is highlight their wholesale prices. So you want them to recognise that that is the prices that they're going to be entitled to. I then also put in the Wellness Advocate Agreement form. But what I want you to write on your little notepad is that in 2 days' time, you're going to be phoning them back and you're going to be organising a time to follow up with them and arrange their enrolment kit. So just for them to hang on to this form and to provide that back to you when you have your meeting. The other thing that I like to add is the healthy can be simple. You don't have to do this, but this is a nice little addition. This gives them a bit more information to have a little look at about a few different products and some testimonials from other people that have been using them. On the back, you have a section where you can put your sample information once again, so then it's clear. and also your contact details to make sure that they know to come back to you when they're ready to purchase their oils. So what I want you to remember is that we're creating a journey and we're creating an experience for some person. And we want to develop beautiful relationships with them. So when you're thinking about who can I support, who can I serve, what you want to do is ensure that you're creating that beautiful relationship and that you're not just handing out samples, that you're coming from the space where I'm going to sit down with you, I'm going to listen to your needs, and then I'm going to provide you samples that are going to be appropriate for your concerns. I'm then going to have that conversation with you. I'm going to send you out the product, and then I'm going to follow up with you in 2 days to ensure that you've been able to gain the maximum benefits from your oil experience. So I hope that clears up a few things about sampling. I don't want you to cold sample. I want you to provide information to the new wellness advocate, this potential wellness advocate that you're going to support. I want you to only use 6 to 8 drops. I want you to choose oils that come from within the kits that are available. And I want you to be able to handwrite and invest time into the notes you're writing for people. If you're sampling when you're out in the community, what you want to do is ensure that you have your cards on you and you take someone's details so that you can actually make a time to sit down and talk about the oils. So say you're in a supermarket and a lady says to you, wow, what's that smell? It smells amazing. And I would say, oh, that's my essential oils. I use them as a natural alternative to perfume. And you start getting talking and she says, oh, I'd love to have some of those oils or learn some more about those oils. You take her phone number and you give her your card and you say, I'm going to give you a call and we can make a time to meet and we can experience these oils together. So I don't want you to stand in that supermarket and say, sure, here's a full bottle of ylang ylang and my card. Give me a call. No, it's just not going to work. You need to find out about this person. You need to develop a relationship. You need to sit down and you need to talk. And you need to address specific health concerns or needs. And then you can sample. So hopefully that makes sense to you, and that will provide you with greater success for sampling. I know that 100% of the time it works for me, and I wanted to pass that information over to you so that you can get the same success and not be wasting your oils. So please be sensible samplers, and it will convert 100% of the time to brand new, beautiful team members that you can love and support for always. Thank you.